Hey everyone, how's it going? So it's a well-known fact that M. Night Shyamalan, director of classic horror movie The Sixth Sense, has made some pretty shitty films in recent years. I didn't even like The Visit, which was supposedly his return to form, but now we get what is can only be described as his real return to form, and that is Split, starring James McAvoy. Holy crap, I enjoyed the fuck out of this movie. I wasn't sure what to think. I loved the trailer for this movie, but I love the trailer for a lot of movies. I loved the trailer for Man of Steel, and I thought that was a terrible movie. So, it was like, I can't judge it by its trailer, but I am looking forward to seeing how he does this movie, and was not disappointed. So, James McAvoy has played a sort of split personality character before. If you've seen the movie Filth, which is based on a Irvine Welsh novel, he played a character called Bruce Johnson, I believe, something like that. And he had like two personalities. If you've seen the movie, you know how it goes down. And I was like, okay, I've seen him do that before. I wonder how he can do it with this many personalities, because it could go one of two ways. It could be really good, and he could be like, almost like he is portraying multiple characters, or it could be like, this is way too over the top. And it turned out it was really, really good. James McAvoy is absolutely amazing in this role. He is so good. I felt like I was watching different characters. You had Hedwig, the little 9-year-old boy, and then this creepy clean freak. Can't quite remember every character's name. I think his name was Dennis or something. And then it was like, it goes on to this woman called Patricia, and he's still James McAvoy. Like, he's got the bald hair and everything, but he's wearing like a woman's dress, and it's like, this is one creepy dude, but he does it so well. It's like he's playing so many different characters. When he's playing the woman, but he still looks like James McAvoy. It's like, I feel like he is still a female character. That is crazy, and it's really hard to pull that off. And James McAvoy done it perfectly. So it follows this character. His name's Kevin, and then there's 23 personalities living inside of him, and he kidnaps these three girls. One of them's Anya Taylor-Joy, who was in The Witch. She's a very good actress. I want to see more from her. She was very good in this movie. She was the best out of the three girls in this movie, and she was the only one that really mattered anyway. She's the only one with any development. But the other girls in it, you've got the girl from Edge of 17, which is a movie I really liked. She was fine, I guess, and then there was another girl who I don't quite know who she is. They were all fine, but the only one that really gets any development is Anya Taylor-Joy, and she is very, very good in this film. So it sort of follows three different stories in a way. It follows the story of James McAvoy talking to his, his therapist, who was played by Betty Buckley. She was pretty good. But, if she wasn't in the movie, it would, like, there's some characters where you're like, oh, that actress was good, but if they're not in the movie, it wouldn't make a difference. But if she wasn't in this movie, it would make a difference, because she really does, she really highlights all of these different personalities of Kevin, and I really liked that. So she really did, add a lot to this film. And then you've got the story of, obviously, the three girls who've been kidnapped, and you're trying to figure out what's going on with James McAvoy's character. There's something off. There's another personality that he's trying to unleash, and you're trying to figure out what that is. And the last story is Anya Taylor-Joy, which a lot of people praise this story, and I really, I wasn't a big fan of it. Now, from this point on, I'm going to have spoilers in this video. I want to talk about spoilers, because it's hard to review this movie without spoilers. I could do it, but why make two videos when I can make one and just address all the spoilers in this video? So, spoiler alert from now on. I'll put that in the title anyway, so you'll know. But if you haven't seen Split, don't watch the rest of this video, because I'm going to spoil the crap out of it. So yeah, the storyline following Anya Taylor-Joy, it was kind of out of place. I mean, I get why by the end of it, why they'd done it. But then again, I started thinking, if that wasn't in the movie, it wouldn't really matter. It'd be fine without that. So the story is that her father died, and there was a creepy uncle who used to, obviously do things to her. I'll let that, be to the imagination. I don't want to talk about that. But it was just the story itself. It was like, why did they put that in here? And then at the end, it's sort of like, I guess it's because it's shown how far she's come as an independent person, or, it shows her motivation for escaping. Because the thing that I did like, there is a scene at the beginning where James McAvoy's character grabs one of the girls, and you think, oh shit, what's he going to do? The obvious springs to mind. And Anya Taylor-Joy saying things like, oh, pee on yourself. And it's like, how would she know this? And then by the end, you're like, that's how I've pieced it together. So I did like that. But, I'm just saying, if it wasn't in the movie, it wouldn't really matter. But I did like the way it pieced together, and you're sort of thinking, okay, yeah, this fits into there. This was said earlier, and that's why this flashback fits into this certain thing. And some movies make it a bit inconsistent when you're watching flashbacks. This one doesn't. You really do know when it's a flashback and when it's not. So praise for that, I guess. The only real issue I had, sometimes the pacing is a little slow, but I can forgive that. It was a very good movie. I mean, there are certain parts where, you know, Kevin might be talking to his therapist for a little too long, and it's not 100% needed. But other than that, I mean, there's not really any major flaws with this movie. So let's get on to spoilers. I want to talk about the last act of this movie because it was so good. The last act is by far the coolest part of the film. And at first you're watching it and it feels way too over the top compared to what you've seen earlier. I mean, you've seen him have different personalities and you found out that he can change his body chemistry and everything. And it's still a bit out there anyway. But at the end of this movie, he becomes a character called the Beast. And the whole movie they're talking about this Beast. And I guess he's a cannibal because the reason he's got the girls is because he wants to eat them. I think that's what they were trying to put across. It's only really implied. But the Beast comes out and you see James McAvoy and he's changed his muscle, like he's got veins popping out of his body and he looks like a big bodybuilder muscle man, and you're like, holy crap, what is going on? This is a bit over the top, isn't it? And you know, he's crawling up the walls and everything, and it's pretty insane. You know, he's got super strength and it's like, what is going on? But then after the credits, you know, you get the whole thing. It takes place in a zoo, you find out, and the reason that the Beast exists is because James McAvoy's character was taking different tropes from the animals in the zoo, which I guess was cool. And then it ended and he was like looking in the mirror and you were like, okay, yeah, that was a pretty good movie. And then the post-credits, it's not really a post-credits, the title split comes up and then it's straight onto another scene. But it's in like a cafe and you hear a news reporter talking about Kevin, or as they call him, the Horde, because all of his personalities are hoarded together, I guess. They mention it earlier in the movie. But they're talking about some people like, oh, that sounds like a supervillain, a crazy guy in a wheelchair. And I was like, I know where this is going. And they're like, oh, what was his name again? And then Bruce Willis, as David Dunn from Unbreakable, turns around and he's like, Mr. Glass. And you're just like, holy shit. I love Unbreakable. It's a very good movie. That was back when Shamalayn was a really good film director. Sixth Sense and Unbreakable I consider the two best of his movies, and this ranks as number 3 in my opinion. And the Unbreakable twist at the end was so cool, because I found out Shyamalan wrote Kevin as a villain in Unbreakable, and it's like, all of the things that happen, it's a comic book movie now, so everything that's happened, the whole Beast thing, you know, it's almost like the Incredible Hulk, and it's like, it was such a cool supervillain origin story. So if we're getting Unbreakable 2 and this is our villain, I am 100% on board to see what they do with it. I'm guessing that won't be for a while because Shyamalan wants people to watch Split, so he knows he doesn't want to straight up spoil, oh, here's the villain in Unbreakable 2, and then people are like, okay, that was a twist gone then, but it was a really cool ending, and I can't wait to see if they do anything else with Kevin and David Dunn, or maybe it was just a little, you know, teaser sort of thing, or a little reference Easter egg for fans. You know, that could be possible, but I'd like to see them do something with it. So have you guys seen Split? If you have, let me know what you think of it. Personally, it's my favourite Shyamalan film since Unbreakable. Oh, Unbreakable come out first or The Sixth Sense? I'm guessing The Sixth Sense came out first. It doesn't matter. It's my favourite movie since those two movies. So Shyamalan based. So let me know if you've seen Split. What did you think of it? Comment below. And if you like what you see, give me a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.